Hey, my name's Chris. I am the Startup Mentor. So many people think of fundraising as rich people. They write a check and say, hey, I want to be part of your startup. No, fundraising comes in many forms. There are many ways of using money to increase or change the momentum of your project or startup. Most people think of fundraising as investment. Someone or some organization writes you a check in exchange for a piece of ownership in what you have made. That's classic fundraising from the startup's perspective. But there are all other ways of putting money to work to change the momentum of your project. For example, your team. Ever thought of asking for your team to either take a low salary, work for options, maybe even get them to invest? Team-based fundraising, it aligns a lot of people's interests, and you'll be surprised at the number of people who would actually entertain that idea. Another potential source of fundraising is a customer. What? No way! Selling something! Getting someone to buy something is a form of fundraising. Customer fundraising, or customer financing, as startup nerds tend to call it, is essentially creating something for someone to buy to give you more money to change the momentum of your project or your startup. One way that people tend to do this is that they do consulting projects. They're using some of that money to build a core piece of technology. Other ways you can raise money: grants. There's loads of them out there. Lots of organizations support people who create jobs. Grants are a mechanism of diverting taxpayers' money into the creation of new jobs. But grants are a viable way of fundraising. Sounds confusing, but you just say, I'm going to make X jobs for Y money. And you use those funds to change the momentum of your project or your startup. Another source is corporate sponsorship. Corporate sponsorship is essentially the act of saying, hey, you're a big battleship of a company. You make stuff and you've been around for millennia. I am creating a new position. I am creating a new thing that attracts people's attention in a way that you can't. I will share some of that attention with you in exchange for you sponsoring the development of my business. That is another form of fundraising. I guess what I'm trying to get at here is that too many people jump too quickly into raising money through investment. But there are many other ways you can fundraise successfully that either don't give up equity whatsoever or change the dynamic of the relationship you may have with the person who puts more money into your company. I hope that helps you think about how you're going to go and fundraise for your project.